Welcome to the DISCflex certification program for leading teams through their team governing behavior and through the individual DISC reports. You probably already become certified in DISCflex individual reports like the business behaviors report, the leadership report, or the essentials. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you take that course. It's not required here, but it is highly beneficial when you are teaching teams to adjust their behavior to first know about individual behavior in terms of flexing, dialing up, dialing down your behavior, and long-term morphing, as well as sub-factors and how to adjust the pieces of the behavioral pie as you are looking at team leaders and the individual members of the team. But today what we're going to go through is your certification process in reading through and administering the team reports and helping a team with its team governing behavior, whether that's in dialing up and dialing down their behaviors just as you do for individuals, or looking at the team holistically in order to either morph that team into different behaviors or to capitalize on the strengths that the team currently has and to mitigate any weaknesses that they might have as well. I think that it's really important as you go through this process to look at yourself and the team that you're on, look at a close team that you might be affiliated with, and first run a team report. If you haven't been able to do that yet, we have attached a sample team report for you to go through as we learn the behavioral nuances and how to coach through the DISCflex team report. So let's get started. First of all, what's crazy great about the software is you can tick individual team members and choose the individual team leader at will. This isn't a one and done type of report. This is a process that has a high level of flexibility. For example, I had a team and we were thinking about changing out the team leader, bringing in another team leader. We were looking at about 4 or 5 candidates. And what I was able to do was keep the team intact, put in one of those 3 candidates, and see what it would do to the report and to the data. And the report regenerates a different set of recommendations and a different set of team governing behaviors depending on the team members and who you have picked as the team leader. So it's super flexible. It is a great tool. And it does create dynamically every time you tick and untick, add and subtract team leaders, add and subtract team members. So it's really great. We've run this report for as many as 1,000 people in a team. Highly recommend you don't do that. It's more it's more valuable in small sets of teams under 20, where you can really slice and dice and see the differences and the nuances. You'd have to take out, just by sheer numbers, if you had 1,000 people, you'd have to take out 50 to make any kind of quantitative or data-driven differences in the team report. But if you're taking out 1 or 2 team members, adding others in, and you only have 10 to 12 on a team, you can see the differences that would make right up front. So super dynamic type of report. And I'm excited today to help you get certified in this process. Whether you're in recruiting, whether you're a team leader looking to hire people into that team, or just shuffling up your team and adding it from another department, doesn't matter. This report is extremely valuable to get your eyeballs on so that you have some data that's not intuitive. It's actually based on the real behaviors, fully validated, of those team members. Super important. So let's get started with the certification process. We are going to go over the pages in this report so that you know how to read them, how to adjudicate them, and how to make recommendations in this report. So let's get going. The first thing to understand is that every team member has to participate in the same DISC report. You have to do apples to apples. So if you're using the business behaviors report or the leadership report, you can use the business behaviors report for the team members and plug in the team leader, but you only can plug in the team leader's scores. The rest of the team actually has to do the report. If the team leader does the same type of report, not a problem. You don't have to plug in their scores. It will automatically populate. So that's the first thing that you have to understand. So look at the richness of the data that you get on one page, on your first custom page that you get with the DISCflex report. So in this page, we have the names of all the individuals on the team. We have each person's DISCflex scores, we have their bar graph, and we have their pie chart. Immediately, you can start comparing and contrasting those patterns, the bar graphs, the pie charts. And what's really interesting is we also have a situation where we can strip out that data without the names so that you're looking at this in a holistic and data-driven manner on the behavior side. We're the only company on the planet that does this with DISC. This team report, regenerating these team reports, it's just really a fabulous tool for any organization and particularly for any coach. So let's go through the next page for you. In the team report, you get to check a box for the team leader, and you can change that as many times as you want. You can pick Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, it doesn't matter. The report will regenerate every single time. So on this report, you'll notice that the first thing you're going to see is a deep dive about the team leader as it pertains to this particular team. So you'll notice that the first paragraph says it's the team leader's responsibilities. How will they go about their responsibilities? The next thing is we've got the team leader's behavioral pattern, the DISCflex pattern. And then the next thing we have is a personalized message for the team leader as it relates to leading this particular team. And then later on the same page, in box number 4, we see the team leader's individual bar chart with their individual scores on it. So you can see the highs and lows as they pertain to that particular individual, as well as number 5, we can see their pie chart. So this is crazy great information for the team leader, especially if you're onboarding a new team leader potentially into a team. This gives them a leg up in leading this team and knowing what to prepare for. And for a coach to coach a person into this role, this is invaluable information. And I find it to be so beneficial to that team leader. We have rich discussions as they're rolling on and onboarding onto this team that saves them a lot of headaches, a lot of heartaches, and sometimes it saves them from making career-killing mistakes as the new leader coming into a team. Absolutely invaluable. It does give them tips and bewares and the challenges that they'll face. And again, really, really crucial information for anybody going onto a team. It's a cheat sheet for onboarding a team leader.